We brought in the expert tonight to help us explain why.
Scott Connell is here to show us what an elevated thunderstorm is and why it creates the huge booms we heard last night.
Yeah, it was pretty noisy last night. It was a wild night for a lot of us, awakened by the sound of that thunder, like the guy who sent us this next video. Now, Kelly Welch lives in Brentwood. She says she thought last night's thunder was an earthquake.
About 1 o'clock, I just woke up to such like a rumble and shaking, and I just jumped up and I literally felt the ground shaking, and I just screamed, "Earthquake!" You know, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's an earthquake!"
Now, while the storms were not severe, they were definitely noisy. That kept the kids up, of course, and the thunder seemed for many of us to be louder and last a lot longer than what we're used to. Now, people have been talking about this all day in the office and on social media from Facebook. Julie says she's never heard thunder quite like that. Kelly says it was so loud and it shook the entire house. Michael said it sounded like a bomb went off in his backyard. Terry's rabbits were freaked out. And look at this, they continually stomped their feet for 30 minutes. And Jill said it knocked off a few things off her windowsill. Now, science can explain why this happened. In a normal thunderstorm, sound waves from thunder dissipate in all directions. You can hear it. It can be loud, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. But last night's storms were different. They were elevated, meaning it was actually warmer in the clouds than at the ground, which is something called a temperature inversion. That causes the sound waves from the thunder to be refracted and bent back towards the earth. When that happens, not only do you hear the direct sound from thunder as you would expect, but you also hear the additional sound of rumblings from the thunder sound that gets trapped near the ground. Now, this is most common in the winter as thunderstorms develop in the warm air above the cooler surface. Most of the time it's the cloud-to-ground lightning strikes during a temperature inversion that give that thunder a much louder impact, which is what we had last night. All of this science coming together to rattle your windows and your house and probably wake you up in the middle of the night.
All right,
It's good
Scott.
stuff, Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's funny, Jessica last night, Jessica Quick, actually tweeted out, she said, with a crash, she goes, well, that one woke her